Welcome to Trump Teachings. Last time we looked at how health is a resource in fearless tapping. Fearless hitting explores the same concept, except this time perhaps I will showcase more of the actual trading of health as a resource for board advantage, as the rogue does have that very useful hero ability which gives you the most damage you can get for 2 mana out of all the heroes. Most other heroes would have to spend 4 mana with their hero ability to deal 2 damage, whereas the rogue gets to do so with only 2 mana for 2 damage. Wow. Turns out to be one of the best hero abilities to play on turn 2 also. So here I've got the basic rogue deck, which doesn't require any level, so you can start with this. But as you get the levels, at level 2 you get 2 Assassin's Blade, which is really big. You can get rid of those bigger cards. Add in Assassin's Blade for some serious, fearless hitting. Fan of Knives replaces the Crocolisk. Level 6 you get the Shiv, which will replace the Elven Archers, and also at that time, with all the spell damage going around, you can replace this Bluegill Warrior with a Kobold Geomancer. And level 10, you get a Sprint for late game card advantage. Get rid of Razorfin. So this is the basic deck that we're going to be taking in to play some ranked and fearlessly hit some minions. Okay, that's a pretty good hand with low cost cards and a deadly poison to encourage me to use my weapon to fearlessly hit more things. Now, as is the case of most weapons, weapons are best used when hitting the opponent's minions. A lot of times I'll see someone play turn 2 dagger and then hit the face with it. That tends to be wrong. What's even better is trading your health in order to gain board control, because that way you can use your weapon to deal damage to things that matter, the minions on the board. Because if you have board control and if you have minions on the board, you can do repetitive damage with the minions, whereas these weapon charges, they take quite some time. So I will go ahead and start removing things with deadly poison. It would be a mistake to hit the face here. You gotta control the board. And this is a little bit of a conundrum on whether to hit his face or to trade for this. I think I will be using my health as a bigger resource, although he also uses health as a resource, but I'll trade. This deck tends to be the more control version. Also, there is a sprint in this hand, which means if I get to the late game, I should be more favored.
Here we go.
So, excellent job with the fearless hitting. I managed to kill 2 cards with my hero ability, and a card, deadly poison. Let's hope I can hit more things. Some people might look at this board position and say, wow, you're at 19 and the opponent's at 27. You sure are losing. But in actuality, currently ahead. Wow, what a mistake! He had 2 mana left and he did not press the life tap button, and he's at 27. This guy needs to watch the last video of the series. That was a clear time to fearlessly tap. So here I can use the spell damage to play a Shiv, and then use my dagger to attack him. Now note that even though I've taken 9 damage from using the weapon, it's a good trade-off, because when the board is clear, this Nowish Inventor can do infinite damage, given enough time.
Here we go.
Sprint is a card best played once you have played all the other cards in your handout first. Same with the Gnomish Inventor. I want to play that after I have played out my tougher minions. There he goes with the life tap, but that is something he should have played the last turn. The last opportunity, which he could. Now he's a little bit mana inefficient. I believe this makes the 10th damage I'm taking, the 11th damage I'm taking by hitting stuff, maybe more. But it's all good because board control is all important. I'm glad that fearless hitting actually shows more cases of hitting the opponent's stuff with my weapon in order to maintain the board control. Alright, sprint. Hopefully get a 2-drop.
Here we go.
I hear you got a problem.
Oh, yikes. That thing has potential to do a lot of damage to me. It's okay. I will fearlessly take that hit. And
Here we go.
I'll attack the face because I have an Assassin's Blade, and it looks like this is going to come down to a race.
I am the blade of the goddess.
He actually has a tough choice of whether to hit me with the Ravenholt Assassin or clear the Ogre.
Ready for action.
Because if he hits my face and he runs out of damage, then I'll have a card to just kill that thing, assassinate. So, and Warlocks aren't really known for their ability to burst down people. And I can assassinate this one also. If I had more health, I would play Assassin's Blade backstab hit. But when you're at 7 health, fearless hitting stops being as correct.
So many options.
Yeah, I think that's big enough to also assassinate. And also it keeps the Ogre healthy. This guy sure has a lot of spells. And of course I have to clear this, otherwise he risks hitting me, and then I would die. 3, 7, 4, 8. I think best is to start putting on pressure. Assassin's Blade can do 12 damage over 4 turns. So I'll lead off with this. It spends the most mana.
Here we go.
I'm ready. I'm not ready.
I am the blade of the goddess.
Alright, so backstab, fan will kill this. And then I can kill this with that. Or if I were feeling particularly daring, I could use my face to hit, or the Assassin's Blade to be more accurate. But that is a bit too much damage for me. As much as I would like to fearlessly hit it, I believe I'm not at a high amount of health. High enough amount. Could just shiv instead. Yeah. Drew into a deadly poison on an Assassin's Blade. This thing can give up to 8 attack.
Here we go.
So the good news is he's out of cards. The bad news is staring down a spider. I'll play everything and set up for my attack the next turn. 3, 5, 8. He'll be at 8 and then 3. So here's planning ahead a bit. Like, I'll do 10 damage to him over the next. So if I can fan of knives and draw something more useful, I think that would be better off. Can't play the Stormwind Champion because that thing destroys any minion that it hits.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
So it comes down to this. Whether or not he can draw something that will deal 4 damage to me, like the second Soulfire, which is probably in his deck. We'll see if he gets it.
Tasdingo! Yes!
Alright, if this is the board state when he passes, I'll win. He needs to fearlessly tap right now and try to go for Soulfire. And by not doing so, I believe I have it. Yes, I do.
Behold the might of Stormwind!
Suck steel.
Have one over, thanks to the backstab. And hooray! A tough one, but by using the weapon to clear off the opponent's minions, I was able to establish some semblance of board control. And it cost a lot of health, but remember, health is a resource. If you're using it to establish board control, then good for you. Here's a good deck to build towards. Miracle has been a popular rogue deck. Following the concepts of fearless hitting, it does often also use its rogue ability, along with Deadly Poison and Blade Flurry, to clear the board of threats. The general goal of this deck is just to stall, play Violet Teacher, play Gadzan Auctioneer, play the cheap spells, get a lot of 1/1s, get a lot of cards, and then just kill your opponent after getting so much card advantage and just being able to clear all his stuff, eventually attacking with very big students or teachers, or the Auctioneer. You'll often see Auctioneer conceal, and then you'll see a flurry of spells that are being backstabbed, prepared, and all that stuff. Pretty challenging deck to play, but a very competitive one.